Hey there gamers, DreamcastGuy here, and today we're talking about that Shenmue III Enhanced Edition that they just announced because honestly, I am frustrated. So many subscribers have sent this to me and said, are you happy about this? Are you annoyed? And I have to admit that in a lot of ways, Shenmue 3 just feels like a spit in the face of Shenmue fans. And I'm at a point where this Enhanced Edition, for all the stupid upgrades it has, I feel like I'm just annoyed about the fact that not only do I feel like I'm mad that I spent so much time caring about Shenmue 3, hyping it up. I mean, I've got videos 12 years ago. I've got videos of me in Shenmue costumes and stuff. I'm at a point where this Enhanced Edition looks like crap. But also, I feel like I've come to a place where even if they announced a Shenmue 4, I'm not sure I would trust them to make it. Let me break this drama down. Hi, hope you're having a great day. And if you could, please give this video a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Now, the short and sweet of it is that Shenmue 3 has always been a very, very strange project because it was originally funded via Kickstarter. In fact, at the time, it was one of the biggest Kickstarters ever because nobody externally would fund its existence. Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 on the original Dreamcast are fantastic. They're masterpieces because, yes, they had clunky gameplay and cheesy graphics and sometimes not the greatest voice acting, but there was a lot of heart and soul in it, right? They're games that were weird on purpose. And I've always very much loved the original Shenmues. I honestly think they're some of my favorite Dreamcast games because they weren't just fun and quirky. It was cool that I could go down to the arcade or play mini games or actually play through it again and again and see different events happening in the city that works on its own schedule. Shenmue 3, I was happy to support the Kickstarter at the time. I was happy to fund it, to hype it, to actually care about this. I even got the incredibly, ridiculously expensive collector's edition for it. So when Shenmue 3 actually came out, I was frustrated because the game is so incomplete. When we helped Shenmue 3 exist, we wanted a conclusion. The story of Shenmue 1 and Shenmue 2 is this guy called Ryu Hazuki trying to find the killer of his father. This guy called Lan Di, somebody who's probably involved with different mafias and stuff, right? But when you actually play Shenmue 3, nothing happens. It's like 12 side quests and an ending cutscene of shit getting your butt kicked by Lan Di. Like, it's annoying that we waited 20 years for a game that gave us about 10 minutes of storyline. A lot of people, literally, this is the meme. This is the meme, is that everybody who actually cares about Shenmue, you're getting screwed over by the creators of Shenmue. Okay, sorry, let me focus for a second. So here it is. If you get this Enhanced Edition, it's now on Xbox. It was originally only on PC and PS4. Now it's coming to Nintendo. It's coming to, this upgraded edition is on all platforms. Those who own the original Shenmue 3 for PS4 or PC will be offered an upgrade path. Enhanced graphics and performance. I never really thought the graphics were like bad because they were clunky, not necessarily because they were like low resolution. 4K textures, DLSS, increased NPC density. This is good. It was a very weird playing a PlayStation 4 game that had as much crowd density as basically a Dreamcast game. Very strange. Classic camera mode, gameplay tweaks, improved interactions, menu user enhancements, major changes optional. Now, in the menus, they've already been showing off what this means. One of the things that was the most annoying about Shenmue 3 is not only is the whole game like 3 freaking side quests and a cutscene, but there was a hunger meter, which was incredibly frustrating. While you're trying to investigate or do stuff or you need to do tasks, you had to constantly stockpile food. And it's not like the hunger meter even worked that quick, but you had to keep feeding Ryu over and over again constantly, and it was annoying. The dude just has to shovel down like Kit Kats to survive. But there was also stamina systems. There was just a lot of stupid stuff that didn't work. Also, you had to keep making money. Now, that also existed in the original games, but it was much more optional. You could actually get a job in the original games, and one of the things people liked most was driving forklifts and stuff. And while they bring that back in this game, it's much more actually required. In order to progress the story, there are multiple choke points where if you don't have enough money, they won't let you progress. They've changed a lot of that stuff to make it much, much, much more playable. Now, a lot of the freaking fan accounts, I follow and talk to all the fan accounts. You can see These are great. I really like the fact that, honestly, the Shenmue community is just so passionate. It's cool to see that these #1 Shenmue sites are still up and running. But a lot of this, people are like, okay, great. Better QTE windows, classic camera, 4K uplift, and more. This stuff, it seems like a lot of people are excited about this. Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Gameplay tweaks, optional stamina system, adjustments, health restoration before major fights. That's nice because you would just randomly have a fight sprung on you and then lose and get set back an hour of progress. Reduced money barriers for smoother progression, improved interactions, cutscene conversation skips options. This sounds great. This is great. I don't see any changes about that catch 1000 trophy. This is the thing. It's that I am very annoyed that it really does seem like Yu Suzuki, the creator of Shenmue, I'm going to be mean here. I just don't know how long he's going to be around. I don't know how many notes he's taken. I don't know how much stuff he's actually put on page about where the story would end. The original goal of Shenmue 3, or the original Shenmue games, was to be 5 games. They've said that multiple times. Yu Suzuki said there was going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? But the story in Shenmue 3 was so teeny tiny, it was pointless. It was just irrelevant. And a lot of Shenmue fans are annoyed because it's at a point where if you actually cared, found the side quest, did the stuff, bought the DLC that existed for the original version of Shenmue 3 and stuff, a lot of people wanted some sort of conclusion or resolution. Even if it's not the end of all of it, we wanted more of a story after 20 years of waiting. I'm at a point where I don't trust Yu Suzuki not to milk these fans until he's dead. I just don't trust him to actually have a plan, to have a goal, to have an outcome in mind. Obviously, I'm a very big fan of Berserk, right? You can see my giant Berserk tattoo. Berserk is a series that does not have an end. It may have an end at some point, but the original creator, Kentaro Miura, he passed away before he could finish his crazy 39-year epic story. And I think I'm in a spot where I'm a bit afraid about all these stories that are so good that don't have an ending. I would love to actually see Ryu fight Lan Di someday, for realsies. Not a stupid cutscene, not a dream sequence. I would love to actually see a final Shenmue game where we fight him. But I'm not sure it even has to be a game. At this point, the Shenmue anime was so good, I would take a Shenmue anime Season 3 that actually finishes off the story. Or a book. At this point, I take a manga that just has the ending of Shenmue. Good or bad, just give me an actual conclusion. But at this point, if they try and boot up another Kickstarter, don't support it. I just don't trust them. These are some off-the-cuff thoughts from Early Morning Max before I've had my fresh cup of Monster. Love you very much. If you could, please give this video a like, subscribe if you haven't already, and please keep dreaming. I actually had to refilm this 3 separate times because I just kept getting too rambly. So if this is still rambly because I'm talking too much about the nitty-gritty of what Shenmue is, I apologize. I care a lot about this. I've cared a lot about this for so many decades. The fact that we're definitely never going to get an actual story to the end of this tale, it annoys me, if I'm being honest. Thanks so much for watching that video. If you want to see something else, you can always click this link to see what I put up last, or, subscribe and see what's coming up next. Also, I promise that whatever I do, it'll try not to suck.